everybody, welcome back to Let's Play Victoria 2. Bulgaria has debts. I don't think we need to worry about that too much. We are in 1918. We're getting very, very close. Very, very close indeed to the end of the game. Also, I think we need actually a little bit more money. Let's just tax the rich for the moment. And, you know, let's tax the poor as well. There we go. So, well, at least want to make sure we're not losing money here. But we're near the end. I'm not too sure if we're going to go all the way to 1936. Typically, whenever I do a Victoria 2 series, we don't go all the way to 36. We're getting close to the end. I did have a poll on the YouTube community section about what we're going to be playing after Victoria 2, so I might as well kind of get into that now. Okay, prestige +1 doesn't really matter. What do I want to research right now? I mean, at this point, we're never going to get the ironclad, so let's not even worry about that. Railroads. You know what? Mass politics. Sure. Sounds great. But we are going to be doing, after Victoria 2 is done, we're going to be playing some Total War. I have not quite decided which Total War we're going to play. I saw some people play, say, Empire. Some people said Medieval 2. 21 Prestige. I mean, okay, here's the thing. 21 Prestige, you'd lose a militancy and they lose consciousness, or just every other country loses 1 prestige. What a garbage. Who would ever take the second option? It's so bad. But we're going to be doing a Total War after this. I'm leaning towards Empire, because that's the one I've kind of got the most familiarity with. I saw some people say Medieval 2. I don't actually know if I have Medieval 2. Or I might end up doing Total War Shogun 2, because there's the Fall of the Samurai expansion, DLC, which I've wanted to play for a while. I just have never really removed focus here. Haven't really ever gotten around to it. Let's just have craftsmen in this province. Sounds good. And then let's also just upgrade every factory we possibly can. Bulgaria's gone fascist. I mean, that's not surprising. Fascism in Victoria 2 is basically equal to how many cores the country does not have. So Bulgaria, they have a lot of cores. They don't own most of their cores. They go fascist pretty quickly. Serbia, yeah, they're already 51% fascist. Revanchism in Victoria 2 is crazy. It is, if you're a country, I mean, even Greece. Yeah, Greece has a very large fascist population. I mean, Romania's got a large fascist population because, again, they have a lot of cores they don't actually own. Germany is going to be going more and more fascist as well, because now they have cores they don't control. I mean, that's really the biggest growth of fascism in this game. Ireland should also be going pretty fascist, because I think they don't have Northern Ireland as well. I think, like, who else? Rebellion or ally against Ecuador? Ecuador, they were fascist. They're now a republic. Are they friendly with us? They're cordial. You know what? We'll lose 5 prestige. We'll get some more relations here, but we'll be on our way. Just get them back to our sphere of influence. A republic is probably a little bit better than the fascist dictatorship they had before, so I'm thinking I'm okay with this. 1 life rating. Let's just lose consciousness. Ecuador, get the alliance. Again, me and Ecuador, we can still be friends. Absolutely, absolutely. I don't know if there's any other ideology in Victoria 2 that's tied to a very specific kind of, I guess, mechanic as fascism is. It's basically almost 1-to-1 with revanchism. Ecuador, get you up to friendly. But I don't know if there's anything else that does that. I don't know if, like, I mean, reactionary liberal. I think reactionary maybe is based on how many reforms you've done as an uncivilized nation. That might be connected, but aside from that, I don't know how you'd boost liberal ideology, conservative ideology. Even socialist or communist, I don't think is really tied in with any actual in-game mechanic. Also, apparently I have a hostile occupation. Where is this? Like, maybe unemployment is tied with communist. That would kind of make sense. Combine you and we'll have 100 rebels. But I also don't think that's actually true. Okay, Ecuador, bring you back to my sphere of influence. You down to 1. Is there anyone else? What about Haiti? Or do you would... You know what, Haiti? Okay, you actually don't like me very much. Costa Rica. There we go. 0.19 seems okay. 0.27, 0.5. Okay, I'm happy with those numbers. I think that's reasonable. And we're once again losing money. Also, because we're spending so much money on the military. You know, cut military spending, please. And while we're here... Oh, we can also use gas attack. Probably not super useful. But now that we've cut military expenditures, we can cut our taxes. And mass politics is almost done, which allows me to go for... I guess supply limit seems okay. This will allow me to... Where do we have the biggest... Yeah, right here. Actually, no, Panama doesn't have that big of a population. Let's go with you next for craftsmen. Our literacy rate's still only 35%. It's not very good. It's actually, I would say it's pretty much shit. We'll upgrade more factories for now. We're still making some money. I mean, we have to buy a lot of supplies in order to build the factories, to build the railroads, but if you ignore that, it's going okay for us. Also, apparently the cost is belly against Bulgaria. Is this for repaid debts? I mean, you're basically completely politically isolated. It kind of makes sense if you were to align yourself with the Austrians. Is Austria... I think I did see that Austria, for some reason, was, like, allied to Japan. Not even really too sure why. Yes, we will go to the new Olympic Games. I mean, Germany might... They might go fascist as well. I mean, Germany really likes me. I mean, France really likes me. Spain really likes me. Austria fucking hates us, but... Also, Colombia also really doesn't like us. I mean, I guess we did invade them at some point, which... I mean, is understandable. You don't gotta be such, like, jerks about it. Okay, bring up the cordial. Doctrine of fascism. I mean, we really shouldn't have much fascist support. 7%. It's about really what you'd expect. I think around 4% is typical. Actually, I guess what we could do... I don't know if this will actually show me the information I want. But let's say for... Milton Socialist... Let's just say for the workers here. Does this show ideology? Does it show why they're the ideology they are? It does. Okay. So fascism, 5% is disarmed. Plurality lower than 30. Current government's fascist. The fascist dictatorship. What is the actual relationship? Yeah, revanchism. Plus 10%. Plus 50%. Revanchism is at least 0.1. I'm assuming 0.1 is 10%. 100%. Yeah, as you can see how close... how close revanchist and fascist are. Thinking, what about, like, communist? Like, what makes people want to be communist? As is already a communist state. Conscience needs to be high. Literacy rate below 30. Efficiency at plus 7. Plurality is low. So actually it needs a low plurality score in order for this to make sense. They're more likely to do it if... I mean, it's just how many people want social reform. And in Victoria, too, really, the population rarely wants social reform. What about, like, a narco-liberal? That's also an ideology that doesn't really get much support by the general population. What do you got in here? Current government's narco-liberal, low plurality. If we're autocracy... But then, even then, we'd also need to be bourgeois dictatorship. Negative 99% has the country flag international zone. So it's a base chance of 1%. I think, is everything a base chance of 1? Yeah, you're getting a negative 50 because we have low militancy and we're not a fascist dictatorship. I mean, usually socialist is by far the most popular ideology for people. 10% because we have equality. We're not communist. Negative 50% of militancy is below 6. Or above 6, I should say. Again, like, not even 3% of the population, or at least 3% of this population group wants social reform. Social reform is always just, like, unpopular. I don't know why. Cautious above 5. Cautious above 3. State needs to fill at less than 25%. Getting less than their everyday needs. Okay. But like I was saying, revanchism and fascism, very, very linked in Victoria 2. I mean, it was also historically. But, I mean, just looking at the numbers from these population groups, it really is mostly just based on militancy consciousness. So these are always low. Nothing too crazy happens. What's our plurality at? Usually plurality is almost always at, like, yeah, near 100%. Okay, we have Costa Rica, get them up to friendly. Okay, so Namibia is actually an independent state now. They're still in the German sphere, but they're technically an independent country. You know what? Good for them. Good for them. They haven't been invaded yet. They very easily could be invaded by. Actually, can they be? Is it too late for these wars to actually break out? I'm not too sure. I don't know if those casus bellis actually have an expiration date. I mean, actually, looking at most of these people, the answer might be yes. It seems like now. Get some socialist over here. That's fine. I'm surprised that Austria went fascist. Usually, big countries don't go fascist very often. Because, like I said, it's based so much on missing cores. Which, I mean, actually, you're 17% communist. That's probably due to the fact that the government, that it's a communist government. Gain 5 prestige, please. Which is what boosts the ideology in the country. You are being sieged down by somebody. I'm actually not too sure who. Fascist, okay. Let's not lose prestige. Like, why are you going fascist? I mean, Ecuador kind of makes sense. Ecuador actually is a 73% fascist. I mean, I think they had an election, and of course, at this point, there's no way for Ecuador, I think, to never not be fascist. They're probably always going to constantly keep on re-electing the fascist party, because apparently 3 out of 4 people in Ecuador are fascists. So, yeah, we can get you into my sphere. Bring you down to 1, then go to Honduras next. I guess we'll go for the limited access roads. Railroads are always good. Hey, we got our own fascist now. The little 9 stack. Okay, let's go deal with that. Got a 12 and a 9, but nothing really we got to worry about. And a 6 up north. 10 prestige or research. You know what? I think we'll actually take research. I mean, we're in 7th place right now. I feel fairly confident in our position. The Dutch right now are 70 points behind. Russia actually is number 1. You know what? Good for you, Russia. You don't really see Russia perform extremely well in Victoria 2. The 3rd industry, 2nd military. You know what? They're having a great game. Because Russia usually lags behind the rest of Europe, and at some point gets into a war with Germany and gets their ass kicked. And at that point, they fall into several revolutions. But Russia managed to survive. Are they still an absolute monarchy? They are as well. 1921 absolute monarchy, led by the Conservative Party. Again, like I said, they're doing very, very well for themselves. Did Italy ever become a great power? Nah, they're still in 2nd. They're still in 9th place. 5 prestige, more conservative upper house is fine. We are losing a lot of money. We are spending. Is somebody at war? Yes, everyone has gone to war against the Austrians. Germany, Italy, Spain, the British. Anytime anybody goes to war, economic subsidies go through the goddamn roof. Okay, and now that the war's over, subsidies immediately drop back down to more acceptable levels, and we start making money again. I mean, if... Okay, so Italy did get their claim on Austria. I mean, again, they are still fascist. Do they even have... I mean... Honestly, I'm not even too sure why they are fascist. They want state-controlled unions. You know what? There you go. They have some basic unions in 1922. And again, like I said, people in Victoria 2, the population of Victoria 2, they don't want reforms. Like, between all these reforms, look at about 500,000 people out of... I'm assuming this is just the men. It's hard to say, because I'm assuming it's probably about... Actually, this is almost like 400,000. It's probably 400,000 out of 9.3 million. It's either 9.3 million, because our total population is 37.21 million. Okay, I have the cordial with you. We have a lockout. British try to become less socialist. You can make people more socialist, but... Again, it's not really what I care about. I think just staying the course... Boosting conservative ideology, even though conservatives only make up 24% of the electorate, they do make up 42% of the government. In last election, they did get, like, I think 70... Subsidies are skyrocketing again. Is war? Yeah, war's once again broken out. Guatemala is communist. Does that matter for us? I mean, they're hostile towards us, so actually it will make our life a little bit more difficult. We could install democracy. We could go to war in It's not a political issue. You know what? Let's try that. But actually, then I can't influence them because it's a 5-year time between you're allowed to influence countries you've been at war with. Mexico. Mexico. What happened here? Mexico annexed Texas and California. Because you're still under sea. How did you? So the United States, they retook in New England. How did Mexico annex Texas and California? Do they still have claims on that land? They must have. Very strange. Very strange indeed. Okay, people are getting some projects. Let's just fund those. There we go. Yeah, we got the money to do so I'm not too worried about it. I'm actually surprised the amount of countries that actually got to survive, though, the rush for Africa. I mean, it's really just Guinea-Bissau. Actually, or did they claim independence? I think it might really just be Egypt that actually got to survive. You're having some socialist revolutions in Turkey. You have 57 divisions, so they can probably deal with it on their own. I'm really surprised that Romania doesn't just invade Hungary or something like that. Or invade Austria to get this little claim. Because, I mean, Austria is completely politically isolated. Nobody likes Austria right now. Okay, there's our railroads. We have no money. Okay, increase taxes, please. Increase tariffs to the max. Look, Britain, you're having a stupid war against Nejd, okay? Because they didn't want to be in your sphere of influence or whatever freaking garbage it was. Why do you gotta make things so complicated for us? You know? They don't need to be this complicated. Can I even take out a loan? 26,000 pounds. I mean, it's not 4,000 pounds a day in subsidies. Damn. That's pretty wild. When's our election over? The election's already over. I didn't actually even... I mean, the Conservatives won. I didn't actually even see how big their margin was. Probably was pretty large. France is having some revolutions in their African colonies. Man, what a surprise to maybe see a German-French war again. The amount of videos having some issues here. They are currently communist. I mean, there's actually been a surprising number of communist and fascism going on in this game. This is also the wrong list. What are people up to? How many people have gone fascist? Bulgaria, Dominican Republic, El Salvador, and Austria right now are all the fascist states. How many people are... Greece, Guatemala, Montenegro, and Colombia. Again, nobody major's gone. Okay, there's Honduran communist. Honduras isn't in our sphere of influence yet. Would you want to be allies? You're not gonna say yes. You'll probably say no after the election. And you know what? Okay, let's just. How much did that add to sphere? It's only actually 4. Yeah, let's install democracy, and then we will. How many? What boats do we have? These are all men of wars. A couple of transports. Okay. Let's send you up north. There's a crisis in Panama. Of course, I'm gonna back my my sphereling here. Is anybody gonna back Panama? The United States has backed Panama. You want to support Brazil, and you want to support... You both want to support me, okay. Because I'm guessing this is for the independence of Panama? Absolutely not. Honduras, we can get you up to... into our sphere. 12 stack. I need to give me military access, like, now. Where's my navy? Get the troops on the boats. Bring the boats over to Honduras. I don't want them to follow the revolution, for obvious reasons. 5,000 pounds a day on subsidies. So the Dutch have backed us. They would not accept this. Russia should say yes. They don't like the United States at all. And this is paused because we are currently in a crisis. They really should stop rebelling. There's not been a single successful rebellion even close to occurring in Brazil, so they sent a single 9 stack to deal with Nej. I wish they sent more just to get this over with a little bit faster. I'm gonna spend some money on the army for a moment. We have no cash, but I'm gonna send in our 30,000 troops. They should be able to deal with the 12 stack. They did. We have 15 stack here. They want white peace. That's what we want, right? We get 44 prestige. Hell yeah, okay. Well, I'm happy to get the 44 prestige. Also, we're back down to 8th place. The Dutch have taken us not by much, but by a little bit. But I mean, Italy is like 250 points behind. At this point, it's just not going to happen. So Bulgaria is now a republic. They're still led by the fascist party, and I'm sure the fascists are still... Yeah, more than half the population is fascist. We go to our... Actually, I want to look at population, or culture, I should say. Because you don't accept Yankee as an accepted culture. I think some of you are going... Yeah, you're slowly turning Mexican. I still don't know how Mexico took over these two countries. Bosnia. This is the cutest Bosnia I've ever seen. They're a little republic. They own a single province. I think Macedonia. Oh wait, no, they declared independence from. They declared independence from Montenegro. I thought they declared independence from the Austria. It's very cute. I like their adorable little Bosnia. Is the population there even Bosnian? Wait. 37%. It's actually mostly Serbian. Also, Serbia has probably a fascist rebellion. Yeah, I'm not surprised. So we're going to declare a war on you to install democracy. Honduras is willing to accept the call to arms. We're going to march straight into Guatemala City before they had time to organize. And with that, they shall be killed. Okay, so let's drop points in Honduras. El Salvador has gone fascist. You're hostile towards us. Okay, well, it's time for another... time to spread democracy a little bit more. And in Nicaragua... Are we at war? Wait, are we at war? We are at war with you. Oh. I didn't know that. Okay, wait, wait, no, I can't, I was gonna be like, can I add a sphere? Wait, I can? Wait a second. Okay, this is a little interesting. But I think, at least for right now, this is going to be a good time for us to end this episode. Thanks, everybody, for watching. My name is Anthnwam. If you enjoyed, my thumbs up. Not enjoy, click some down. You want to see me, subscribe, and goodbye.